I call the Township of Aleppo Commissioners meeting of March 21st, 2023 to order at 7 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
President Jones.
Present.
Vice President Williams.
Present.
Commissioner Dara.
Present.
Commissioner Haluka. Here. Solicitor Jewart.
Here.
Manager Patterson. Here.
This meeting, as all others, will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube. Do I hear a motion to approve the March 13th minutes?
So moved.
Seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. I think we'll skip a number. Emergency management.
I brought copies for the commissioners if you want them of the new PEMA checklist is out, for the new training requirements. I have all but one done. I think we'll be the second in the county to finish, actually. The next one is an in-person thing, so it's not available till June, but I should have it done in June, and then I'll start the professional one. Craig has contacted me about meeting with the county, to look at what they want done as far as their EMC.
I don't know who Craig is.
Craig is, Curtis, I'm sorry, brain pause, thank you.
Okay,
Curtis from Glenfield,
good.
that's where we are.
Any further discussion? Public Works.
Good evening, everyone. Tim
Evening.
Scott, Public Works Department. As you can see on the report, we finally got our new employee. Trevor has all his uniform stuff now. He actually looks like a township employee now. We've had to plow and salt roads a few times. We still have lots of salt though in storage. We did a bunch of work on the township yard behind the building here. I don't know if anybody noticed that. We've been patching quite a few potholes lately. We had a street sign run over, we repaired that. We had a leak on, a hydraulic leak on one of the trucks, we repaired that. And worked on the backhoe and salt spreaders. Any questions? Oh, by the way, we still have not gotten any confirmation on the order of the new dump truck, which I don't know when it's gonna happen.
We paid a deposit?
No.
Okay, good.
No, nothing.
And have you worked with the engineer on the road paving?
I talked to Dan. Dan and I actually went out and looked everything over several times, and I noticed your email to Gwen. She copied me in on it about Rockledge. And is Dan? He didn't say if he was coming to look at it. He said that they had
They already had the
core samples
so,
from it.
so I think they're probably not, they're just gonna put
Okay.
it in.
But we went and looked at all the other roads that have been discussed, and I think everything's in Dan's report.
Good. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Communications.
I received one email, from a resident on McCoy that says, speeders out of Sewickley Heights Manor, out of control going down Glen Mitchell, really dangerous trying to pull out of McCoy with poor visual due to the bank on the left. So, when you come out of McCoy, there is that hillside right there that does make it tough to see uphill. You can see downhill, but it makes it tough to see uphill. 10 plus years ago, we worked with Allegheny County to shave back that hillside a little bit because it's private property. And so we worked with the county and the property owner at the time to shave it back in order to leave them enough access for a driveway to get up to that garage that's on the corner. So they didn't want to go any farther in because they didn't want to lose access to those garages. So nothing's changed in the last 10 years. No more has been cut back, and they want to maintain driveway access to those garages. There isn't a lot more that can be done to cut it back anymore with that garage still there. So
Mirrors across the street too.
the mirrors across, we have mirrors across the street, but it's tough coming out of there. It's tough coming out of McCoy onto Glen Mitchell.
And if it's been like a real cold night, the mirrors frost over and you can't use the uphill one anyhow.
So is there any action we can take?
Cutting that hill back some more would be a real good thing to
And
do.
is the property owner willing to discuss?
We have not approached it was a struggle 10 plus years ago when it happened, and we have not reapproached them at all.
Same owner?
I believe the daughter of the prior older owner.
I think it would be worthwhile recontacting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there room on the property to relocate the garage?
There's a good bit of room on the property, but it's a garage they don't even use.
It's an older
But
garage.
I've never seen anybody even open one of the garage doors.
And it is their private property, right?
It is, right, it is. So if they wanna keep that garage.
Is there anything we could do to improve the property if she agreed to cut back?
When we did it 10 years ago, we did put the stone in and re-stone that whole, because it's a gravel driveway going up to that. So that was part of the arrangement, was they allowed the county to come in and do the work. You know, we kind of worked with a coordinator, and the county came in and with the backhoe and did the work. And then we provided the stone to improve the
We
driveway.
put a post and rail fence up too.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I think to recontact would be a good idea.
sure.
Anything else in communications? Planning and zoning?
No report.
Tax collector treasurer?
Good evening, everybody. You should have in your report the February tax collected, which total for the month of February was $34,989.61. Again, on pages 3 and 4, you can see the breakdown of prior months, comparing February 23 to February 22, year-to-date to the budget, and then comparing year-to-date from 2022, just to see where we kind of are. With that, again, it's still early in the year, so we've got quite a ways to go before we collect to the budget. As far as the ending account balances, in PNC checking, you have $505,669.87. That included the Masonic pilot that was paid and deposited in February. Then our investment accounts, the state fund, which is at $24,668.16. Our general investment account is at $1,225,325.77. Our reserve fund is at $115,147.84. The capital improvement is at $1,175,305.43. And when you add that all up, it's a little over $3 million. However, there's pledged funds, targeted funds, so when you subtract that out, our net operating funds are $1,730,995.64. I also give you the account balances for the sewer bond account at $627,401.62, and then the newer stormwater account, which is at $350,897.20.
Can you say that again? The stormwater?
The newer stormwater
Yeah.
account is at $350,897.22.
Thank you.
That is the report for February 2023. Any questions?
And Mr. Treasurer and Gwen, are we tracking the management of our investment portfolio? Because with interest rates on the rise, we're gaining. Is it being properly managed?
All of our savings are at Pliget, and so we try to keep most of the money in the higher earning. They have different categories of investments there, and we try to keep anything that we don't need to have. There's different liquidity rules about what we can access. We try to keep it in the higher earning ones, and our interest has definitely shot up.
But they're managing that. They've always done a good job.
Yes, yes.
Guido, any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Clay. Do I hear a motion to approve the February bill list, et cetera?
Move that we approve the February bill list in the amount of $29,579.58. Ratify the February prepaid bills in the amount of $12,880.40. And ratify February payroll transfers in the amount of $18,333.26.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hey, you gotta be quick.
Oh,
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Aleppo Township Authority.
Commissioner Jones and I, about 2 weeks ago, met with representatives of the authority, their engineer and solicitor, to discuss what would be the appropriate course of action to deal with the continued failures of the Deer Run pump station. We came to a preliminary conclusion that while we probably will end up replacing and with a redesigned pump facility, as opposed to the current practice of continually repairing and replacing the pumps. The authority indicated it was going to authorize some design work to be done and revisit the ultimate decision as to what direction to take.
Thank you. And we enhanced the backup plans in case of an extreme failure. Anything else regarding the Township Authority?
No,
Yes, can you put those plans in the confidential manual somewhere here? If you've
Yes.
upgraded the plans for an extreme
Yes.
failure, they need to be available. They need to be available to the EOC,
Would you ask Kevin to do that, please, so it's official?
just so they're here. So.
No, it's good. There were some very sensible options discussed at the meeting that hadn't previously been discussed, because the authority has some pretty good engineering talent.
I'm sure. And we just need them in case the EOC
Yep.
would respond to a failure. That's all.
Quaker Valley Ambulance Authority?
Just a real quick thing, at the board meeting, it was discussed, the number of calls are down by 23%, secondary to losing the contract with Heritage Valley Health System, which really wasn't a lose the contract. Heritage Valley Health System acquired Ohio Valley Hospital, as I'm sure you are aware, and Ohio Valley Hospital owns Northwest Ambulance. So it would have been pretty ridiculous for Heritage Valley not to use the ambulance service that they own. But it was, took a big cut out of Valley and Quaker Valley's budget, so they're trying to deal with that right now. That's it.
Any other questions or discussion regarding the Ambulance Authority? Quaker Valley COG.
Other than the report that's in your hands, PennDOT and Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission are seeking public input, excuse me, for the transportation program update, and interested parties are encouraged to share on the survey. That survey will be made available on the link that's printed in this letter, and I'll take care of getting that and doing whatever's necessary after I see what it is.
Thank you. Any questions regarding the COG? Ms. Solicitor.
I actually do have 2 items this evening, which are a rarity for Harley, but you know, when I step up, I'll step up hard. So we have one item which I could have included under the emergency management, but we did look into the question about whether Commissioner Haluka could serve as the emergency management coordinator for more than one municipality. The answer to that is yes. The State Emergency Management Act does permit that, but it has to be done through a resolution and agreement with all of the participating municipalities and approved by the governor. So there are certain steps we would have to take. We can look into it further if that is a route that you do want to go, and we can make sure that that gets done in the proper fashion. But the answer is yes, just following the proper channels.
Good news and thanks.
Of course. The second item, again, could have included with your authority report, is that Harlan has drafted a resolution regarding communication between the authority and the township when facilities that are owned by the township could be impacted by their grant approvals, et cetera. That is prepared and ready to be discussed at the authority meeting this week. So as they are the entity that will have the obligation of communication, it makes the most sense to have the resolution be signed by them. And so that is the way that he proposes to do that, but that is prepared and ready, and they will be discussing it this week. And that so ends my report.
Any questions regarding either of those? Is there any unfinished business? As I turn the page. Truck traffic on Redgate Road, any,
So there was a meeting held last week with Hayesville, the representatives from Aleppo were here, Ohio Township Police, and 5 people from PennDOT were here. We met at the bottom of Redgate and looked up the hill so that all parties could see how steep the hill is and see what it would look like for a truck to come down that hill and lose its brakes or be overloaded or be too big. So that was a helpful visual for everyone involved to see really how steep that hill is. Then we came back up here to discuss, and we discussed a lot of different signage options and different ways to try to deter the trucks from going up and down the hill. And PennDOT was taking a lot of the suggestions and the thoughts back. There are some things that they can do with temporary signage while the construction on 79 is going on, which has caused some of the really large trucks to go down there. So it was a very productive meeting, and we're hoping that PennDOT's gonna come back with some new ideas and signage to help continue to work to prevent the trucks going up.
good. Any questions? Earth Day, you want to give an update?
Just wanna say it again, Earth Day is gonna be Saturday, April 22nd, here, we'll all assemble at 9 AM here at the Township Building and do roadside cleanup. Show up, we have gloves, vests, trash bags, and transportation up and down the hill, so you don't have to walk back up Deer Run, if that would be a deterrent for anyone. We will run you back up, so, I'll run back up, I'm the shuttle driver on that day. But it's a nice day, people show up, people volunteer, and we just clean up some trash and spend some time and, donuts and coffee, and it's been a really nice day, nice event every year.
What's the date again?
April 22nd, Saturday, April 22nd, 9 AM.
And please don't throw things out of your car.
That.
It's pretty disgusting.
It's amazing some of the things that get thrown out of cars.
No, just the quantity and the quality, it's disgusting.
Yeah, we've all picked up some pretty nasty stuff.
That's a personal opinion.
And that's a seconded.
Third.
All of us have picked it up.
Is there
Very
any-
good, Patty.
Is there any new business? Have we received any other communications from citizens?
That's all I have, that one.
One last time, any new business? Therefore, we're adjourned.